You're on time to talk sports with Raw Mind. Game day, who plays with updates of all kinds. From press box to sideline, who got cut, who got signed, who's clutch when it's crunch time. The starting lineup or the pine. These athletes compete some without even trying. You want a championship, you gotta grind. When them bright lights shine and this game go 9, they gon' cover the story, not quite like Ryan. Exclusive interviews, dudes plug like Mike Line. He's got the inside scoop of why, who got fined. Prime time, got the game statistics. I could say, if you wasn't at the game, you missed it. But now Raw Mind Sports covers the distance. Front row, that's close like a coach's assistant. You wanna be in the know? Eyes open and listen. This is Raw Mind Sports, another edition.
Welcome to another edition of Raw Mind Sports. I'm your host, Ryan Jones, and I got my main man, Gio. He's a youngster. One thing about Raw Mind Sports, I love the kids. I love the community. It's always acts of service for me. Always acts of service. And today, this show is actually all about him, man. He brought up a show. He wanted to do a Raw Mind Sports show. So why not me giving him a show to actually show his great, unique talents? And by the way, this show, even though I'm going to have my raw thoughts, I don't know all the topics, the show and the topics are created by him. So I'm ready to see what he has to say. But Gio, how you doing? Tell people about yourself.
I've been doing good, really. Just been playing the game, really. And the channel, I haven't been really posting, keeping that channel because I haven't posted in a month. But I will get to posting soon, so get ready.
So with that being said, you know, before we start, by the way, proud family partner, Essential Collections. Essential Collections by Monica Rich. Use the promo code RAWMIND. Use promo code RAWMIND. Get a 15% discount. She has amazing products. She has beard skin conditioner, beard care. She also has skin conditioner wash. She also has cold bombs. She also has skin care conditioner, basically like lotion, but you know, she's a doctor. She's definitely certified. She's homegrown all these products right out of her home, and she will be available at your service to deliver to you. Very affordable, great things, everything that I use now personally. That's what I use a lot of, all her products, homegrown, authentic products for my skin and care. It keeps my skin fresh and clear, and I'm very grateful for that. And the cold bombs for kids, for children who get sick or things that haven't getting over a cold. She has some type of ball that she puts in that my son actually uses, and you throw it in the tub and it spreads out just like bubbles, but it's actually a cold bomb to help, you know, open up and get the cold out of them, the germs out of them.
Even I used it before, and it felt very good, and it was just great to me. So
see, there you go. He already know. So with that being said, visit the website www.essential ESSENTUALSCOLLECTION.square.site. Remember, use the promo code Essential Collections by Monica Rich. So the first topic is about, from what you got to hear, I'm Mike Tyson trying to get back in the ring. Well, get back in the ring, looking kind of amazing from the videos I've seen. Right. And Jake Paul. So tell me the whole details and all the rules.
So Jake Paul and Mike Tyson were in an interview, and then he said they were just trolling until Jake Paul said, I want to fight Iron Mike. Now, first of all, I mean, it's Iron Mike. Come on now. He got them hot iron. He got them iron fists, and you think you gonna win about that, Jake Paul? Please. Get ready. But he said sign the contract, big boy, and he signed it. On July 20th in Dallas, they are going to win. Here are 2 rules that I know. First, you have to wear 16 ounces gloves instead of 100 ounces, which are the normal size. And plus, there will be no judges. It would not be a win unless it's a KO.
Woo! Oh, nice. KO only, no judges.
No judges. No TKO, no none of that. Yeah, Jake Paul. No disrespect, though.
It's night time, huh? So do you think Mike Tyson, do you think he got enough for Jake Paul, or do you think Mike Tyson can actually still get back in the ring with some of these other boxers?
He can still get back in the ring. Like Gervonta Davis, when he knocked out that one guy, I think, he knocked him out like 2 times. I think he can still get in the ring with a lot of people. But the way he's been training, it's like he was in his prime.
All right, so now the next question is, the next topic we have, you know, and that's also, by the way, shout out to Church Street Tapping Deli, one of our family partners. Church Street Tapping Deli. Love local sports, and you'll never leave hungry. Downtown Main Street, Tarboro, 27886. My main man, Anthony Rodriguez, has plenty bar bites. If you want to go to the bar, he has a lunch selection. Then he also has breakfast and sandwich selections and great food down there that I actually eat myself. It's very kind. You know, when I was eating meat, it was a selection of the Cubana sandwich. That was my favorite right there. That was my favorite. But now I'm doing my vegan. You know, I haven't ate. By the way, shout out today. I haven't ate no meat since last April. So he has all adjustable projects. You know, adjustable food just for me on my health diet as well. So with that being said, love local sports and you'll never leave hungry. There at Church Street Tapping Deadly. All right, so WrestleMania topics. I know you were telling me today, you know, you like WrestleMania. I mean, you like wrestling, WWE. I'm kind of a fan. We'll take it back. I am a fan since I was a little boy. Yes, I still watch wrestling, people. Yes, I do. You know, we have Roman Reigns, his character. The Rock just came back. Like, I mean, it's like Roman Reigns, like the greatest of all time, but he's a guy that you like, he's changing it back to where it used to be, or some other guys who you think we start with first?
I think we should start with the other guys first and then get on that topic. But I got one thing to get off my chest right here.
Okay.
And the WWE and the wrestling, when that Christmas one, that sounded so cringe. I mean, like, John Cena came back though, but like, I don't get why they did that because that was actually kind of cringe. I had to look at that the whole entire time. I just wanted to watch some wrestling until they just started singing. And then, yeah, that's only thing I had to get off my chest.
So now we have Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the title. But of course you got Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. But you have a tag team match on Saturday that will require the stipulation. Whoever wins get their stipulation. If the tag team match of Roman Reigns and The Rock win, then it's bloodline rules, and that means that they get to pick the stipulations and the rules. If Cody and them wins, nobody, free of the bloodline, just one-on-one with Roman Reigns. How you feel about this? Who you think gonna win?
I think The Rock and Roman Reigns gonna win. Because what I seen from Roman Reigns and The Rock, that was The Rock. I mean, like, they call him The Rock for a reason. Like, if you seen what he did to the last guy, back then, this was a Rock. Now Roman Reigns, he has a lot of great talents, but I think Roman Reigns is a Rock, cause that's my opinion.
Man, I'm the same way. I just feel like it's a whole story that they created a documentary of them. My whole theory is, even though I think Roman Reigns is going to win, I wouldn't be surprised if Roman Reigns loses, because of the fact they had a old documentary on A&E. They said once he loses the title, he's going to leave for a while. I'm seeing a whole lot of power amongst them in a lot of these stores. They whooping these boys, Seth Rollins and them. And usually when they do that and they keep whooping the person over and over and over, it's usually the other way around when the match starts and Cody can actually finish his story. So I would say, I would not be surprised if Cody finished his story and Roman Reigns decided to take a break. And I think Roman Reigns has had a long run. He's been part-time. Don't get it twisted. I love this Roman Reigns here. This is the guy. It just seems like the story is enticing it up to be next up and pull it over to the next family member. What else you got?
I mean, really, I wouldn't be surprised if Roman Reigns loses either, because, like, he's been going for a long run ever since from all this way back, and now, if he loses, okay, the bloodline stops, and then he's going to take a break. He needs a break because he's been going through this for a long time. Finally breathe, take a rest for his family, and yeah, that's what I think.
Now we got the next topic here. Marvin Harrison or Xavier Worthy. Marvin Harrison Jr., excuse me. Who has the better buildup?
If you've seen in the 40-yard dash, Xavier Worthy was gone. He was like Tyreek Hill Jr. But Marvin Harrison Jr., his catching skills are out of hand. And the route running, I can't really combine that. But the build-up, it's a tough one. Because those two are probably one of the best two when it combine. But Marvin Harrison Jr. got a great catching, route running. He's quick with the feet too. Can't catch him.
I think Marvin Harris is probably the best receiver in the draft. And the way the style of football is now, it's not about a big, strong, bulky receiver anymore. It's about the fast, quick. It's like a slot receiver league, even though you can be on the outside. Like when my cousin used to say when he was in the NFL, like covering a slot receiver is the toughest position to cover. Like a big receiver over the top, you may have to catch the one-on-one jump ball, maybe a more physical receiver on the outside, but the slot receiver got all of the field to work with. He got all the middle of the field through the linebackers, places like that he can get around. You know, that outside receiver may not get around to that side, but and the speed, the agility, the quickness of this guy, Marvin Harrison Jr., I really feel like me, myself, and Mel Kiper already has him first off the board. I think Xavier Worthy combined run actually has took him to a whole nother level to where like they're saying, okay, he probably number 2. I just think people already got their mind made up. I think Caleb Williams goes to Chicago. And I think Marvin Harrison Jr. comes off the board and he goes to the Commanders. Now, the problem with the Commanders is, I don't know their quarterback situation. So it could be they could go after the kid from LSU and then maybe whoever the third pick is gets Marvin Harrison Jr. So I think the Commanders are in a spot where it's going to be very intriguing to see who they're going to pick up. I think their thing is that I definitely feel like Justin Fields getting traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers led to them basically saying, hey, we're going for Caleb Williams at number 1. And they made some moves. DJ Moore's there, wide receiver Chicago. Then you bring in a veteran like Keenan Allen there. Then you got Swift that's in the backfield. So Chicago has some very intricate pieces. I don't know what the offensive line's looking like, but they have some very intricate pieces to where like they could be able to get something done with those players. Anything else you want to say before we get out that time?
And Jackson Bliss again. That's, man... I know it's off topic, but still, this man has carried LSU to a whole nother level. But really, though, I think if Marvin Harrison Jr. doesn't go to the Commanders, then I have 2 options. Baltimore or either.
Whew.
He can go.
It depends on how high. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. will be high in the draft, which means he's going to go off the board very quick. I think unless they trade up, I don't think the Baltimore Ravens could sit where they're at and get him. I think because they was most teams in the playoffs, or teams who was in the Super Bowl, whatever, they usually get like the last 20 picks. I think Baltimore's in that range. I might be wrong because they may have traded. I'm not looking at that in his raw thoughts. I don't know because like they may have traded some picks from previous years to get a certain pick in this draft right here. So they may be there, but I haven't looked at the draft to like know. So that's just my raw thoughts. All right, before we go to the next topic, another proud family member, Paparazzi. Siobhan joined an independent businesswoman at Paparazzi. Visit her website. And by the way, I got quite a few things myself from her. Man, you need to jump on this urban wear like she has, man. It's great, man. It's great. I'm telling you, very, very affordable. Something cool to have. It makes it look very, presentable. I love it. I love it. So with that being said, her website, visit her Paparazzi website. She has fun, fabulous nickel and lead free accessories to avoid allergic reactions. Interested in working with her or interested in purchasing product, she'll make herself available, even do a show for you at your house whenever. Let her know your availability. She'll make it happen. Use the promo code RAWMIND. Use the promo code RAWMIND and tell I sent you, and you'll get a nice discount with your products. Visit her website at Paparazzi, P-A-R-A-Z-Z-I-A, accessories, ESSORIES.com. Search her website. Hashtag 14975. 142-975. All right, so the last topic before we go into the Raw Thoughts Minute. This was a topic that you brought up that was very interesting. Like, I didn't expect you to say that, youngster. You say, should we be done with talking about the 90s?
Basketball.
Basketball, okay.
I think we shouldn't because great players was in the 90s. Like, you had Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Alonzo Mourning. You had... wasn't Alonzo Mourning in the 90s? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then you had, like...
You forgot the main ones. You named people under them.
Michael Jordan. Oh. Yes. Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. You had all them great players in the 90s. Penny. You had all of them. But I don't think we should be done in the 90s. Because people say we should. People nowadays, if you shoot and you fast, you great. No. If you dunk, you good. No. That's not how it is.
So for me, I would never get rid of the 90s conversation because I like the conversation. I don't like to try to get into the concept. Some people say the 90s was physical, it was this and the third. Then I have a guy who actually, shout out to my guy Ray Lynn, who went and did statistical stats on a lot of stuff and the percentage of shooting. Nobody could shoot better in the 90s than this era now. People can shoot better now than they did back then. But they said the era was the 90s. It was physical, tough style. I love the conversation. I think they both have their own way. I think the 90s kind of gave Showtime in the 80s, but the 90s gave you that getting over the hump, bringing a different culture. But go ahead before it started.
Okay, so really though, Stephen Curry is really like up there on the shooting level. People say is Magic Johnson the greatest point guard. I don't think that. I think it's Stephen Curry. I mean, cause like his shooting, and if you've seen the latest highlights, his floater is more higher than the basket.
So you think about point guard. I'm gonna ask him this right now. I'm gonna put Youngster to the test. When you think about point guard, what do you think of? Do you think about a person that can score? Because it sounds like to me you're saying like with Steph Curry that you're saying that he's great because he can shoot the ball so well. But you ain't talk about his assists and his passing. When you think of point guard, I guess some people think of point guard as a guy who can facilitate and get their teammates involved, and that's what Magic Johnson does. Then they're scoring. But now we living in a league where playing point guard could possibly mean score first now.
When I think about point guard, I think about physical. Okay, like I think about still flashy passes, scoring, having good ways. Like LaMelo, 2K did him wrong, but LaMelo and more point guards like Ja and like that, or Jordan Poole when he was on the Warriors. But yeah, I'm talking about like that. They find someone wide open, they pass them the ball, they make good reads like QBs, and that's what I think about point guards.
I mean, anything else you want to say about the 90s?
90s, way better than this era right now.
Woo! Woo! All right. All right, so this is the Raw Thoughts Minute. What I call right now, I'm giving Gio the Raw Thoughts Minute to where he can discuss anything in sports. Raw thoughts, we haven't discussed off air. We haven't discussed the topic. It's him. Right now, you're hearing it just like I'm hearing it first. We're both hearing it at the same time, basically. Go ahead.
So, I want to go on high school basketball.
Okay.
And whenever I see high school basketball, I be thinking about players that are like center, because they're taller now. In middle school, I saw almost every single person dunk. Now, if you shoot like 4 for 4 threes, you are good. But like, how many assists you got and stuff? But high school, you got Mikey Williams, which we really don't talk about right now. Oh, shoot, my phone fell. But we don't really talk about right now because of the incident that happened.
Right.
So then you see all these high schoolers dunking on people, breaking their ankles so hard that they won't help them up. The highlights keep on going and going. Like you said, when he's on fire, you say Krispy
Kreme hot light. When you're on fire like Steph Curry, the hot light is on. The hot light is on. And that's my moment. I'm going to go into my hot light moments from here on out on Raw Mind Sports. The hot light. Because when they got the hot light, there's somebody cooking. Krispy Kreme hot light. But go ahead.
I can't. Whenever that happens, I can't stop looking at their highlights. I try to find their name and research. You look up there, boy, you're going to be seeing the highlights of them hitting the Kyrie Irving jellies. They gonna be over here hitting the Curry slide while shooting. It's like they unstoppable, but you lucky they don't got no downlights. That means like bad plays. Not good plays, bad plays that they did, selling the team. But I'm gonna go over here and go into college. State, North Carolina State, the win over Duke. Tar Heels knocked out by Alabama. I'm sad. And I'm still trying to figure out how do we let that happen. Quarterback Ryan, what you do? RJ Davis, why you ain't pass the ball right? So yeah, I'm just really mad that happened. But like, we can do better next time. At least we beat LSU though. But we can do better. I'm just mad.
So my Hot Light Raw Thoughts minute for me right quick is that's right, Hot Light special. And this is a different type of Hot Light. And I'm gonna keep it real. I want to talk about these UConn Huskies. I ain't talking about I know the boys have been dominant. I feel like the boys are gonna be dominant. The UConn Huskies have been good, but I'm not even talking about them. I want to go back to the girls. When we all thought the UConn era was over in girls basketball, we talked about South Carolina. We talked about LSU. You know, we talked about, you know, of course, with Caitlin Clark at Iowa. You know, even though that's not an era, I just think Caitlin Clark has just dominated the girls' game, and she's making Iowa look amazingly better than what they are. I don't think Iowa gonna be back next year, national championship and things like that. I just think that's the Caitlin Clark show. That's just my raw thoughts. Now, Juju Watkins, I was hoping I was gonna get to see a Juju Watkins versus Paige Bueckers matchup, because I feel like that's a matchup that we need to see. But both, you know, as in team wise, you know, Juju Watkins, USC Trojans couldn't beat UConn. But I would have loved to see that matchup, because I think that's a matchup that's very enticing to see. Like, you know, everybody, we talked about Reese out of LSU. You know, that was a good matchup, even though she fouled out. But let's talk about the girls basketball. And I want to make sure this camera's looking at me. Let me tell you something, people. South Carolina may be good. South Carolina may be dominant. South Carolina may be on a whole nother level. But that Hot Light at UConn, no matter what, they are always there. And you thought the era was over, it still isn't over. UConn always find ways to be in big games year in, year out. Win or lose. Win or lose, they always find a way to be in big games. You thinking South Carolina's owned this era. You know, NC State is coming. You thinking other teams that's owned, like this is the South Carolina era of dominance. You know, and it may be, but they still have the player team. And UConn is always there. Just when you thought that Hot Light turned off, Hot Light always stayed on. And UConn girls Huskies under Gina Auriemma always find a way to get it done. They may not get the number one recruit as much now, but they get the best player still. They still get a lot of talented girls. This guy keeps that Hot Light on. I don't think the Hot Light went off since the early 90s. And it has been tournaments where they haven't won nothing. But they always are there. And I'm like, how do they keep such consistency there all this time? Always in that championship, always in the Final Four, always in the Elite Eight, somewhere all the time in those areas, every single year. It ain't no one and done with UConn like that. That's rare. So the Hot Light goes out to the UConn girl Huskies, because even in the era, Don Staley leading the charge at South Carolina, these other teams that are involving, and you know the Pat Summitt era was over, he's still coming. He may not get the number one player every single time, but he sure is getting something. And Paige Bueckers being hurt these past few years to come back from an injury and still playing like she never got hurt. The UConn Husky girls are the Hot Light.
Different level.
A Raw Thoughts minute. With that being said, what else you got, man? This concludes the show.
What else I got? I want to see that. I still want to see that fight. But they said the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight might get canceled. I don't believe them TikTok stories. But yeah, last thing I got up for is what's happening with soccer. I mean, like, people just going ram. Like, if you saw what happened in Miami, they were doing way too much screaming to the point where the ref couldn't take it. And I saw a ref in one game helping the other team instead of just being a normal ref. And like, I'm saying soccer because it was crazy. They were calling Vinny Jr. a monkey again, and the racial slurs that were happening. It's crazy.
Man, that's tough. We'll definitely talk to more topics. We definitely gonna have Gio on many more, because he has a skill that he needs to be up here. I need to have him up here at least once a week. I try to. It's gonna be hard because it's a busy schedule, but we'll try to have him up here. With that being said, Raw Mind, Raw Thoughts is out.